Hello there, my name is Eric Chen and I'm a Chicagoan in the 8th grade that goes to James Ward Elementary School. The problem I'm trying to solve is the inconvenience and hassle of typing inside a plain text field using different fonts and typefaces. Let me explain that problem for you a bit first, just so you can get a better understanding of it. So basically, a plain text field is an area where you can type in text, but you can't really change it in any way. Whatever you type is whatever you type. So example, in Notepad, look, I typed hello there, highlighted, there's no option to do anything. So you can't bold it, italicize it, change the typeface, nothing. So that might be a problem sometimes because plain text fields are everywhere. If you have noticed in your online classes, if you're a student, inside Google Meets or Zoom Meets or Pear Decks or Google Jamboards, all of those use plain text fields. And sometimes you might want to point out something using bold text or italicize something to emphasize it. And how you would go about doing that without using my invention is you would have to go to your web browser, open up a new tab, and you would have to search a font generator website, and then you have to type what you want to convert into a different font, and then you'd have to copy and paste it, and I just thought that was a bit of a hassle, so I made a solution right here called PT Fancyfonter. It's a program that allows you to easily type in different fonts and typefaces directly into wherever you want to type it. And yeah, so first, before making this, I had to search to see if my solution was unique. So I scoured the web to see if there was anything similar to what I was making. And the only thing that came up were those inconvenient website converters, and yeah, those were basically part of the problem. So there wasn't anything similar to what I was making. So yeah, now that I knew that my solution was unique, I set out developing it. So I chose to write this in AutoHotkey, which is a scripting app. It's a scripting language that's usually used for automation, but it can be used to make a lot of cool things, such as this. So yeah, the first edition of this app that I made was it wasn't as featureful. Basically, what it came with is a GUI just like this, but the keybinds. So basically, what keybinds are they are a key combination that you can use to do something. So let's say, for example, we have Alt B right now for bolding. So basically, okay, I must have changed that earlier, so I'll use italics instead. So Alt I is for italics, and basically in the first version, you had preset hotkeys for every font and modifier that you wanted to activate, and you couldn't change them at all. So if they were conflicting with something else you had, or if you just wanted to change them, you couldn't. So that's something I wanted to fix in the next version. And I also sent this to my friend, and he also had some criticism. He wanted a usage guide. Well, he suggested that I put in a usage guide to teach people how to use it. And so I put all of that into one place, and this is the modern version of PT Fancyfonter today. So now, if you want to access all those new features, all you need to do is press this I button for the info button, and here is the welcome page. You see there's a lot of things you can do here, so if you want PT Fancy to run on startup, you can check this checkbox, and what that basically means is if you shut down or restart your computer and it reboots, PT Fancyfonter will automatically start running in the background, and you don't have to worry about double-clicking or running it again. It'll automatically do that in the background for you. So it's mostly just an ease of usage thing. And here's a usage guide, and it's basically what I talked about. And yeah, the hotkeys menu. So yeah, you can change whatever hotkeys you want. So there are 4 modifiers and 5 fonts in total, so that makes for 9 slots. And by default, there are 5 keybinds that are already preset, which is Alt B, Alt I, Alt U, Alt S, and Shift Escape. And you can change these yourself. So let's say for italics, I didn't want Alt I. Let's say that conflicted with something I had already, and I wanted to make it Alt Q instead. So you would just press it and save changes. And yeah, now when you press Alt Q, you can type in italics, just like that. It's pretty cool. And yeah, So you can use hotkeys to activate things, or you can press on the buttons over here to do them. So let's say I want to type something in bold, you can see hello there. If I wanted to type something in strike through, so strike through, yeah. So basically you can type in different typefaces and fonts and modifiers. So fractor, yeah. So you can have hotkeys for any font or modifier, and I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, so that's basically my invention. And yeah, there's also an about page where you can check for updates and look at the source code, because this is open source, by the way. And yeah, you can do that if you want to. And yeah, it's my invention. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.